sorry, I'm just telling Olivia Colman what I thought about her film. It's brilliant. How are you?
Thanks, I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really, really well. Here at the London Film Festival.
Yay.
People are about to see the film.
On
How
home
do you feel?
turf. I hope you like it. And if you don't like it, don't tell me.
This film is extraordinary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Edith.
It's a very personal story without being autobiographical.
Yeah.
But there's so much of your story in this. Was that easy to navigate how far to go and where to kind of draw the line with it?
Yeah, it was tricky to navigate. I mean, the easy, simplistic version of how to describe the movie is it's about the magic of movies and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's based around my childhood memories of watching someone disintegrate mentally and living with that person and watching them get locked into that cycle of highs and then crashing lows and then start again and try to rebuild their life. For me, that's the center of the film. And my teenage years, when it was a very racially divisive time, the early 80s, great positive role models for race, and also a time of the rise of the National Front and the Brixton riots and the New Cross fire and all this sort of stuff. So for me, that's the center of it. And it's about these two outliers who find each other. And that if you're broken, as Hilary is, Olivia's character in this movie, movies and music can put you back together again. And that, to me, is what the film really is about.
I know you hate talking about this kind of stuff, but the idea that he wrote this with you in mind, knowing that it's a really personal story for him.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing to be a lovely gift to be given.
Yeah, a gift. Yes, it's nice to put it like that rather than massively
the pressure.
Scary. Yeah.
But what a lovely gift.
Yeah, beautiful gift and a real honour that he thought of me.
Talk to me a little bit about this character, Stephen. Why you wanted to play him, first of all?
I mean, first of all, Sam Mendes comes calling, you do not say no. Second of all, the story's amazing, you know? It's the first time I've really read a script where this character's just got so much hope, so much promise, and just wants to do something amazing. You know, the fact that he studies architecture, the fact that when, you know, you see a character like Hilary deteriorating, he leans in rather than going away. This is a man that just wants to show love and help people. So for me, to see that narrative with a young black man, which you don't get to see as much, especially set in the 80s, I was so excited to tell that story.
Your character, Norman, I love him
good.
so much.
That's going to make this conversation easier.
Every person within this film could almost have their own film because there's so much depth to the characters.
What a good idea.
But you look at, even when you go into kind of Norman's little office and all those pictures that are on the wall, the detail that's there for every character. Does he talk to you about that in terms of, you know, where that character's been to where we find them?
Well, we both did. I mean, it's a very strange job being a projectionist because in a way you volunteer to incarcerate yourself all day, every day in a darkened room at the back of a cinema, and you're in some way running away from life and light. You know, and we find out why that is. And one of the great joys of the film, I think, is that for every character has these arcs.
Yeah.
And that arc for me, I suppose, is that I get a kind of son.
Yeah.
In the film.
Yeah.
I've never been so pathetically grateful to actors before because I wrote it and I know how fully imagined or not the roles were until they fell into the hands of people like Toby Jones and Colin Firth and Tanya Moodie and Michael Ward and Tom Brooke, who's amazing, and Hannah Onslow, so many. And, you know, we have an incredibly rich acting pool in the UK, and this is just a tiny tip of an iceberg, but every single person is just wonderful. And it was a very moving experience because we were locked at the time of pandemic. We were locked together in our bubble, and we were a little community, just like the community in the cinema. Yeah. And I look back at it quite nostalgically now.
What can you tell us about Delia? Where does she fit into the story?
Oh, well, Delia is the mother of Michael Ward's character, and I'm a nurse, and I live in this town on the south coast of England, and I realize that my son is having a relationship with this older woman, played by Olivia Colman, and he's no longer in my jurisdiction because he's an adult. He might live with me, but he is an adult. So actually, we're beyond the empty nest stage, and I have to process the fact that not only he's in this relationship, but he's got himself in some serious trouble, and I don't know how much the relationship that he's in has precipitated that. Yeah. And also, this woman is odd. She has some issues. So I'm trying to be protective, but also give them the space to be an adult.
What was this film like making? Because there's this beautiful community within this cinema that you all, these relationships with you all, you know, individually, but as collectively as a group. Is that reflected in terms of what the experience was like for you almost in a way, or?
Yeah, I mean, we were in Margate for a few months, and whenever you're somewhere and you hang out and you have fun, and it was lovely. Everyone was just, it was just fun. Every single day was fun. And I know it's a cliche, but some jobs are like that, and this one really was.
It's set in the 80s. Were you even born in the 80s?
No, I was born in 98. So
it's a period piece. For
yeah, exactly. I was like, what were they like in the 80s?
How would you describe Janine?
She is at a really interesting time in her life, I think. She's 18, and I think when you're 18 and you don't really know who you are and you're trying to figure it out, and you don't really know what you want to do with your life, I think it's a really interesting time. And I think for her, she's kind of got a lot of... I think she is empathetic deep down, but I think sometimes in that she doesn't really pitch things exactly how they should be, which is... I love that about her, because I think what you see is what you get with her, which I think is actually quite an endearing quality about someone.
It was just the most incredible script, and just, I suppose, there's the mental health, but also there's the injustice that they're trying to deal with at the time. And so much of the time I think we can think there's something wrong with ourselves, but we actually need to fight. And I think where Hilary is so damaged is that she's sort of fighting the past. But I absolutely loved the script. I wanted to do it straight away, yeah.
Working with Michael, it was easy. Like, I think sometimes it's really hard to find where you fit with people when you obviously haven't met them before, and you have to, like, all of a sudden have some kind of backstory and relationship. But it was just really easy. It's a familiarity sort of thing, and he's just a sweetheart, and that is always refreshing and necessary.
Olivia is incredible, not just an incredible actor, but an incredible person. So to be able to learn so much from her has been an amazing experience. And obviously getting to work with, you know, masters of their craft like Roger Deakins and Sam Mendes, even all the rest of the cast, you know, and the people that Toby Jones, Tom Brooke, you know, Tanya, everyone, you know what I'm saying? And as well as the other people, you know, sound department, Alex Byrne in costume, Naomi Dunn in makeup, and it was just an amazing experience, man. Everyone wanted to come and tell this story, so everyone showed up, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, you know?
You know, 1917, it was one of the best days I've had working, ever. But I only had the one day.
Wow.
And it just left me wanting more. You know, I remember coming in thinking, well, this is going to be easy. I've just got one day. And I was thinking, why don't I want another couple of months.
What was it about it? Why was it so special?
Some directors just have the special touch, and it's to do with energy and clarity and availability.
Yeah.
And he somehow makes you think it's all about you, which we love, we actors. But everyone feels it, and every crew member feels it. And it just makes you feel you're in incredibly good hands, and that there's something exciting afoot.
Yeah. And that team of collaborators that he works with, Roger Deakins and the like as well, you know, it's just they're masters of cinema, really.
Yeah, you're going to get the A-team.
We looked at cinemas all over the country. We even looked at photographs of one cinema that was really quite lovely up in Yorkshire, but sadly it had been demolished 2 months previously, so that was no good. And then, you know, the cinema in Margate at Dreamland was not, I think, what Sam had in his mind, because it's this quite severe-looking Deco-Odeon building, quite beautiful, but in a different way. So it was a matter of getting around a mindset of that particular look, and then also Margate, which is quite different from Brighton or Worthing, which again I think was in Sam's mind originally.
We took a journey originally along the Brighton coast and couldn't really find anything, and then someone suggested we head to Margate, down to Margate, and we went, and that so fitted the bill that we sort of, Sam actually spent a week there and rewrote the script.
Wow.
And so that became a sort of central, Margate and that cinema, it felt right, perfectly right at the time, yeah.
Can you remember the start of the conversation with Sam with the story and when the idea
well,
was...
it's been quite a long journey, because he obviously has never written a script entirely on his own before. 1917, he co-wrote with Christy Wilson Cairns, But this one very much came out of lockdown. It came out of him thinking back about growing up. You know, we grew up together. We've known each other since we were 11, and it's really rooted in that time, and also growing up with someone who was severely mentally ill at the time. So it's all those things into one film.
Did it make it more personal for you then, considering you were in that, you know, you were part of his world from such an early age?
Totally. And there are scenes in the film that I kind of remember versions of as a school child, and Sam, you know, going home and finding this chaos at home, and you know, and living through that and finding a way out the other end. I think that's the important thing about the film, is it's not just about mental illness, it's about how to come through it, and that there is a future. And also, you know, as the film shows, looking at film and music and the way that those things can support you when you're struggling, whether it's with mental health or anything else.
Yeah.
Look, you know, it's in the title. You know, whatever darkness there is, if you can shine a beam of light through it somewhere, you know, whether it's, and you see that in the fireworks, you see it with the projectionist. Unfortunately, I'm not responsible for the light bits, but I think it's about that juxtaposition.
But where you have light, you need shade and good stories.
Yes.
So there we go.
Absolutely.
What was your reaction when you read the script the first time? Not just about Hilary, but about all these other characters that inhabited her life.
Well, exactly. They all are important to her. So not just, you know, unnecessary characters. They're all really important to Hilary, and they all have their own really important stories. And that's Sam being brilliant and knowing that everybody needs to have their own story.
Why, Olivia? Just last question. Why? You know, you've given her something different to do again. You know, we think you've seen her do everything because she's so great, but we've not seen a character like that. And I don't think, and it's given her something new to do as an actor as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to try and to be truthful about the nature of mental illness, and really for that you need someone who's capable of navigating every single stage through this enormous roller coaster that she goes on. So, you know, she's one of the great actresses of the world, and she's under our nose, and I grabbed her while she was free, frankly.
Listen, I could chat to you all night about it, but you need to go in and enjoy your European premiere in the London Film Festival. It's great to see you. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank
you. Here's to the future.
Walking those old scenes.
Here's to getting back up. And here's to coming home.